Hey, what's good, everyone? In today's session, I play one of the shortest sessions that I've ever played in. I'm sure you guys can guess how this one turns out. Alright, let's get it.
I belong to you.
I belong to you.
Do just what you want.
Today, I go play the 1-2 no limit game at the final table. I buy in for the max $400. I get my chips and head to the table. Starting off the session, one player limps in for $2 and I look down at Queen 10 of hearts and raise it to $8. Three players make the call and we go 4 ways to a flop. The flop is 8-9-8 all offsuit. I need a jack for my gutter straight. Action checks to me and I bet out $12 and only one player makes the call. The turn is the king of spades and I lead out again for $20 and he quickly makes the call again. The river is the ace of clubs and I break my straight draw. So I 3-barrel it and bet out $50 trying to make it look like a value bet and he snap folds. Whew, alright, glad to get that bluff through. This next hand, I look down at pocket 10s and raise it to $10. Two players make the call and we go 3 ways to a flop. The flop is 8-10 jack with 2 hearts and I flop middle set. Okay, pretty good, but the board is very connected with a straight draw and a flush draw out there. The small blind leads out for $15 and the player to my right just makes the flat call. When action's back on me, I raise it to $55. Both players make the call and we go 3 ways to a turn. The turn is the 4 of spades, which doesn't change much except for it does add a backdoor flush draw. Action checks to me and I bet out $100. Only the player to my right calls and we go heads up to a river. I'm definitely putting him on a flush draw, maybe a straight draw as well, but would he really call $100 with a 9 in his hand? I'm not sure, but the river is a pretty sick one. The queen of spades, now completing the straight draw and the backdoor flush draw. He then quickly bets out $110. So sick. I know he's never bluffing here. I'm only hoping he bricked out on the heart draw. I tank for about a minute, even talking to him, telling him I know you have a 9, but I gotta pay you off. So that's exactly what I do. I suck him up, pay him off. And I make the call. He says, "You're right, I have a 9," and shows 6-9 offsuit for a river straight. Well, at least my read was right? That's the worst. When you know you're beat, but still can't find the fold. Nice hand, sir. And just like that, I'm officially on tilt. Alright, moving on. I look down at King Jack offsuit and raise it to $8. Two players make the call and we go 3 ways to a flop. The flop is a complete brick, 7-8-8 all offsuit. Action checks all the way through and the turn is a 9 of diamonds. Action again checks all the way through and the river is the king of clubs. I take a stab at it and bet out $10 and they both quickly fold. Alright, I'll take it. This next hand, I pick up 4-10 of clubs under the gun and raise it to $8. 3 players make the call and we go 4 ways to a flop. The flop is 7-Ace-7 all offsuit. Action checks to me and I bet out $15 and they all fold. So much respect, I love it. Last hand of the night, I pick up Ace-Queen offsuit in the cutoff position. A lot of limpers limp in and when action's on me, I raise it to $18. 4 players make the call and we go 5 ways to a flop. The flop is a fun one. Jack 7-4 all hearts and I have the ace of hearts for the nut flush. Seat 1 then goes all in for $34. The player to my right, he just makes the flat call and when action's on me, I have $186 behind and I don't want to just make the flat call. Gamble, baby. So I go all in. The player to my left just makes the flat call for $186 and the player to my right also makes the call. See you guys on the river. The turn is probably the worst card for me as it pairs the board with another 4. Now, even if I hit my heart on the river, I'm still losing to a full house. Both players check, and the river is a brick. The two of clubs. Night night. The player to my left then bets out $125. The player to my right tanks for about 2 whole minutes and ends up making the call. The player to my left shows King 9 for a flopped flush, and the player to my right only shows me for the vlog, but he also flopped a flush with 6 deuce of hearts. Well, there was all my hearts. Pretty sick that both players flopped a flush. But just like that, I get stacked and call it a night. Alright, just got done the session. It was a pretty quick session. Definitely was about under an hour, so ran into the river straight with my flop set, and then I went all for it with the nut flush draw with the ace of hearts, and it's pretty sick that both my opponents flopped the flush, so they took all my hearts, so I was in for the game for 400 and out for 0. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the river, just not tonight.